This is episode 138 of the Break80 Podcast. Welcome aboard, listeners. May is here, and so are my co-hosts, Mike and Tim. How are we, guys? It's been a minute.
Yeah. All the boys are back together. May the 4th be with you, because we're recording
May the 4th.
on the 4th.
I forgot about that today.
And also with you. Let us drink.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just came back. If you guys know, I was up at a tournament with the boys, up at Cragen's here in Brainerd, Minnesota. And I had a welcome to your 40s moment this weekend that I wanted to share with you guys to start it off.
Adult diapers? You pissed yourself?
No, not yet. Not yet.
8 o'clock bedtime.
Yeah. Well, as you know, as a boys trip, I know we did 36, 36, 36. So this would have been at the end of the third day of 36. We're on the Gull Lake, back of our cabins, just kind of sitting and hanging out. I'm winding down, I'm kind of, I'm being responsible, trying to drink some water, and I'm in the middle of a conversation, and out of nowhere, I have the worst cramp lockup in my hamstring that I've ever had in my life. I went straight from a chair to just trying to sit erect where I could not. And I'm screaming in pain. I don't know what to do. These guys are looking at me like, what happened? Like I'm possessed.
You've never had a bad cramp before?
I've had a bad cramp, but this was the worst I've ever had. I'm talking, I am panicking because I can't get it to usually cramp. It lasts for 5, 8, 10 seconds maybe. This one's not stopping. And then it's the right leg, right hammy. Then all of a sudden the left one wants to tap in. And I've got both, and these grown men are just looking at me like, dude, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm not crying, I'm not in tears, but I'm in massive pain here. And I'm just sitting there getting zero help, not knowing what to do. And it lasted forever. And I finally got it to kind of not leave, but to the point where I could stand up and try to shake it out. Have you guys ever had a really, 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 really bad cramp moment?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, you should have taken a 25 milligram gummy. You would have been fine in a few minutes.
Or a banana.
Oh, yeah.
I had one that morning, Tim. I had a banana that morning.
I've had it so bad before.
You casually eat bananas?
Yeah, I love bananas. Great. I love bananas. Who doesn't eat bananas?
I don't eat bananas. Bananas are highly overrated.
Oh, they're great. Absolutely spectacular.
The strings on the inside? Oh, terrible.
Banana. I have had my whole body do that before almost. So I worked in college. I worked pipeline. We were up in Baudette, and it was hotter than hell. 100 degrees. It's the summer. You're digging in a hole in jeans and steel toe work boots and a hard hat. Didn't drink any water hardly. Working like a 12-hour day. Get back to the hotel we're staying at, and literally in bed, both legs, my hands are stuck. They're cramping my whole body. So I had to have the guys get me water. I just pounded water the rest of the night. My whole body was seizing. It was crazy. But yeah, so I've had that before. It does hurt, but it goes away.
It sounds like you need that blue tent they put you in the NFL. Or you need the cute AT out there helping you stretch out. Instead, you just got the other 40-year-old boys just rubbing down your groin and your hammies.
Well, I had a couple guys. One guy had a gun, so eventually he got
he's gonna put you out of your misery.
No.
yeah, old Yeller. Jeff hits 42.
The muscle gun. So that was a big help. And then somebody had pickles, so they gave me some pickle juice. And
yeah, Deuce Staley.
I don't know what it was.
Pickle juice.
I mean, like I said, I've had cramps usually at night, I'm in my bed randomly at night. I'll get them. This was just sitting talking to guys. So the day, it was our first warm day. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Probably was dehydrated. Didn't realize it. But yeah, that was something else. I probably looked like a massive idiot, but it's one of those pains where you just want to give it to somebody else so they know why you're reacting like you are. Because I felt like an idiot, kind of what I was doing. But I just want to somehow have somebody else experience the pain. So then I could see how they would react. I just want to see what they would have done with that same amount of pain.
It should be absolutely required that any golf resort and any golf villa has a hot tub. I mean, that should just be standard. at this
Yeah, you
point.
gotta
It
hop
is
right in there.
absolutely necessary for those 36 hole days.
Probably, but this is kind of like your little small little cabiny, boys trip thing. This wasn't like a main center.
Was this the Ryder Cup?
No, this is just the Hawks Players Championship. This is the tournament I always do up at Brainerd, but yeah, they don't. It's just single little cabins of 4 guys in a cabin, kind of a thing. So
Did you play?
You're pretty radio silent there, Jeff. Not a lot to talk about at
absolutely no content, zero content.
It's no part of it was I didn't want to give Craigan's free pub. You want some content, then we gotta get a deal.
Yeah, gotta get a deal. What did you play? The new 9? Is that open yet?
Yeah, I did. The new 9. The new 9 is, the red 9 is very. If you've ever played Craigan's prior to all the renovations, a lot of the holes that they had are basically ones of old Dutch and Bobbies.
They got the par 3 by the clubhouse going down the hill.
Let's see. Yep. That was it was like, what was it, 115 downhill?
Yeah.
But they have a nice big bunker in front, and then they have like a runoff on the left side. So if they tuck the pin on the left side, you have to clear the bunker. And then if you miss left, they shaved it off and it goes right to the water.
Oh.
So it's kind of a cool, it's like short, but you got to be accurate, kind of a.
If you squint, does it look like Pebble Beach number 7?
No, because you have instead of seeing the ocean in the background,
Pebble Beach with a clubhouse in the background.
Just the clubhouse right there.
Yeah, if you can kind of picture the clubhouse being the Pacific Ocean or Pacific Ocean.
How I'd love to see someone just skull it into that clubhouse once.
I've done it.
Oh.
Not this weekend, but I did it going probably 15 years ago. I did it, and it hit the clubhouse twice. I bladed it. It bounced up, hit the clubhouse, came back, hit a rock or something, went back and hit a clubhouse the second time. So they kind of call it my hole. But anyways, yeah. I took 3rd this year and 2nd gross, which was nice. But
that's the real tournament. Nobody cares about the net.
I know. I've got to ask. I'm having some ball striking problems too. I'm getting to the point. It kind of happens throughout the periodically, throughout the season of the ups and downs of golf. I can feel myself getting back to being a little flippy. Where we have to stay in the box. We have to do all these things to keep my posture, and I can't stand it. I don't know why my body does it.
We've done a lot of who's better on the pod at certain things over the years, and Tim, I'm pretty sure that Jeff is the best head case of the 3.
Oh yeah, the amount of thinking in that brain.
A lot of talking to himself going on right now and up in Brainerd this weekend.
If it was 300 BC, Jeff would have scrolls and scrolls of philosophy written. The historians would just be in awe of the amount of writing coming from that era.
Just unravel the swing thoughts on this long scroll.
Every morning on the range, I just try to find one and just write it all. But when you have so many swings of 36 a day every day, it's like your body just doesn't match up.
I was
out of sync.
I got a novel idea for you. Have you ever tried just not having a swing thought and just swinging?
Yeah, that's the problem. When I just kind of swing, my body wants to early extend. Like it just naturally wants to do that. That's why I have this issue, because my body just naturally wants to always early extend. That's kind of
shorten your swing up, less moving parts.
I know. I tried the Steve Stricker swing thought, where you just go here to here and just basically try to make it as simple of a swing as possible.
Jeff's searching for senior tour swing thought.
But on the positive side, my short game, you guys, was insane. Like it was, I basically just give me around the green and I was going to make par. Like I patched up so much bad ball striking with just unreal up and downs and putting. And it was fun having that, but it was just so depressing not being able to capitalize on good drives and that kind of thing. So anyways, any ideas for early extension? Any drills?
Bananas. Yeah, lots of bananas.
Bananas for early extension?
Yeah, I have no idea. No. I early extend. I mean, I can't give you any advice on the thing I'm bad at.
I mean, I hate getting flippy.
I don't want to give any advice. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, just hold it close to the vest.
Listening to all the swing.
Sorry, listeners. Good luck.
I think part of it comes from you play on the fairways were super firm. They were just kind of hard to take divots from. So I think what I end up doing over time of the 3 days, you kind of hit down on the ball and it's just really hard. I think it helps. It just naturally gets flippy. It's like when I hit off a mat, right? Eventually hitting off a mat, you get kind of used to just not taking ground. And then I end up getting flippy because of that reason. I think is the real reason. If it's a little bit softer ground, I'm used to taking divots. And so I don't know if that was it. I don't have no idea. It's just, it's frustrating.
I would say my issue with early extension comes from hamstring and lower back tightness. And those two are they're together in the same box. They're one and the same. And if you can get a little bit more flexible, you can stay down and through and rotate instead of starting to extend because you're kind of twitching and pulling to not get hurt or not feel that stretch. So that's helped myself, but shoot, I don't even know if that's right because I still do it.
Rumor has it that Tiger hits it his best when he doesn't take a divot, Jeff.
I heard all that. And Steve Stricker doesn't take a divot. That's why I came with the Steve Stricker thought, just simple golf swing. But that didn't work.
Have you ever heard of Mo Norman? He should maybe switch to the Mo.
Oh
Norman.
Yeah.
Mo Norman, the greatest ball striker ever.
Vertical tug. It's a vertical tug.
Yeah,
and a horizontal
pull, vertical tug.
Yeah. I need that. That's maybe what I need to start doing. I don't know. I was even thinking Sean Foley, like starting my swing 3-2-1 swing.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's bad.
Just hit the damn ball.
It's bad.
I have a hypothetical for you boys. Who would win 100 Scottie Schefflers or one Gorilla? That's been all over the internet this week. Or 100 Scottie Schefflers playing at the CJ Cup at Craig T. Nelson Ranch or one Silverback Gorilla.
Excuse me?
I would still take.
Haven't you seen that, Jeff, this week?
No.
It's been all over the old 100
I haven't been on the internet.
100 men versus one Gorilla has been all over the internet again.
I kind of stayed off the internet for this weekend and just kind of hung out with the boys.
Male Silverback Gorilla, which can throw like 1,800 pounds. Incredibly strong animal.
Did you see the bench press numbers that were going around for that Silverback? Theoretically,
yeah, like
4,000.
Yeah. They're like their bone density is like 8 times thicker than a human's.
Okay,
they're super strong.
It seems as though we've regressed evolutionary then. If our bones are brittle, weak.
What happened with evolution is humans got smaller and faster, and the Silverback Gorilla has stayed big and strong. Like a Silverback Gorilla can lift like you said. I think that's true. It can lift. I've seen where they can throw like 1,800 pounds. Like they're freaking stronger than hell.
Yeah, but they don't know how to use it. I would take a grizzly bear in a fight over a Silverback Gorilla any day in the life because they don't know how to use their muscle.
No.
Then just show me a situation where the gorilla really used their strength. I've never seen it on video once. Then you see a grizzly, they know how to use it.
Wouldn't you think that the gorilla is going to be a bit more intelligent than the grizzly, though?
Oh yeah, gorilla is way more intelligent than a grizzly.
Okay, but the gorilla doesn't throw their weight. Joe Rogan, you guys go on there because they hold a bait. Would you pick a tiger? Would you pick a grizzly? Would you pick they have a silverback
I just picked
on
Joe
there?
Rogan. Put him against the gorilla.
And they figure out what animal would end up taking it. Like if you throw them all in a ring, who would come out on top at the very end?
You never probably see Silverback gorillas get that aggressive because they're like the apex predator of where they live. There's not. They're not like out in they're out in the savannah with like lions and stuff. They're like the strongest dude of the whatever they're at in the jungle there.
I mean, they have lots of strength. They just don't know how to throw it around.
Their bite pressure is insane too.
How did we win as humans back in the day? Because it would have been us versus them for a little while.
Well, if you watch for Planet of the Apes, then they learn how to shoot guns and shit, and then it's really crazy.
Well, I'm on team Grizzly for 2 reasons. They got the claws and they got the jaws.
A grizzly versus a gorilla.
I've got the claws and the jaws, baby. There's not much more you could, and they know how to stand.
It all depends. I think that fight all depends on which animal gets the other one on the ground first and gets on top of it.
It's hard to picture. I mean, you don't want to have like
I gotta think like a silverback gorilla can move a lot faster, like laterally, than a grizzly bear can.
Hey,
I do think you messed it up too, Mike, because it wasn't 100 Scottie Schefflers versus the gorilla. It was 100 mediocre tour players versus Scottie Scheffler.
Well,
which was the theme of this week's TPC event.
At Craig T. Nelson Ranch, Scottie Scheffler could win that one because he won by $1 billion.
Yeah. Was there golf on this week? I didn't. I didn't saw a slaughter.
I didn't. I turned it off. I'm like, the course is terrible. Absolutely should not be playing the best golfers in the world should not be playing that easy of a golf course. So I kind of turned it off.
Guys, I just asked the AI who would win in a fight.
Oh, here we go.
In between a silverback gorilla and a grizzly bear, it said the bear would most likely win, and here's why.
Whoa.
Size and strength. The grizzly bear can weigh between 600 and 1,000 pounds and is incredibly powerful, capable of lifting heavy weights and overpowering large prey. Its strength is built for taking down large animals like moose or bison. A silverback gorilla, while very strong, typically only weighs between 300 and 450 pounds. They have an impressive upper body and can deliver powerful blows, but the overall body mass is much less of a bear. And the second thing is claws and teeth. Grizzly bears have the sharp claws up to 4 inches long and strong jaws filled with powerful teeth, perfect for slashing and tearing. Bears are also known for their incredible bite force, which is stronger than that of a gorilla. Gorillas do have strong teeth and jaws, but they're more suited for chewing and vegetation. They certainly can bite, but it wouldn't compare to the sheer destructive power of a bear's bite. And then the last two is fighting style. Gorillas rely heavily on their dexterity, agility, and intelligence in a fight, using their arms and strength
like a ninja
to grapple and strike, but they're also most likely to avoid a direct fight unless provoked. Bears are more straightforward, relying on their brute force to overpower. So they don't need to be as agile as gorilla. Their power is alone.
You know what I think would happen? The grizzly would stand up and try to be all fierce, and the silverback would punch it in the heart, just like Lloyd Christmas on Dumb and Dumber, and just rip its heart right out. And put it in a little doggy bag.
And then the last point is bears are faster on land than gorillas. Grizzlies can run up to 35 miles an hour.
Grizzlies can move. They're fast.
And gorillas are a little slower, around 20 miles an hour. Bears have superior stamina for prolonged struggles. And I think that's kind of where they fight themselves, right? You see a ton of bears gashing at each other. And they have really, 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 really thick fur. Like you cannot penetrate their teeth can't even get into a grizzly because their fur is so strong.
Well, grizzlies used to attack humans a lot. Like when fur traders and stuff were first moving west, grizzlies didn't really fear man right away. And then eventually with guns and everything, they kind of stayed away. But there used to be tons of grizzly attacks in the mountains way back in the day.
I wonder which country we could go to where we could put together this little battle.
I gotta think like Turkmenistan or somewhere. Uzbekistan. You could probably get away with some animal fighting, some cage fighting.
This sounds like a White Fang situation where a little side dog fighting things, but
gotta keep your head on.
Not to get us
cockfight.
Not to get us too off task, but anyways, I thought that was interesting.
So, speaking of slaughterings,
have
you seen the stats? Have you seen the stats from this tournament for Scottie Scheffler? He finished strokes gained, ball striking, 18.21 strokes ahead of the field this week at the CJ Cup, over the most measured in a 72-hole event since 2007. Going into the final round, he was 24.76 ahead on strokes gained for the week. And then Spieth shot 62 and only got finished fourth. 13 shots behind Scheffler.
So a buddy of mine this weekend asked, and we kind of debated a little bit. He basically asked, prime Tiger, which obviously is the best golf that's ever been playing, and just basically saying he would shred Scottie. And I was like, I think it's closer than you guys actually think. Scottie Scheffler is kind of the Tiger approach, doesn't make a lot of bad doubles or doesn't make a lot of bad bogeys. Ball strikes the crap out of the ball. I guess his short game, like his putting maybe is not like quite like Tiger, but I think it's actually closer than people think the way that he's been playing the last couple of years.
Well, I don't know though, because this was not a big tournament. We did not have the best players here.
I'm thinking stats, Tim, like just how overwhelmingly statistics.
It's the closest we've ever seen since Tiger. But what I would say is, I'm gonna go on the similar lines as Tim, and Tiger did that in majors too. Just ran away from field. Like, you think about how much Scheffler won at the CJ Cup by, Tiger won by more at Augusta and Pebble Beach in majors. Like, that's crazy. He just ran away from fields.
But do you think too, like Tiger was doing things back then that nobody was really doing, and now everybody's doing the same stuff now. Like, there's no like advantage, right? Like, Tiger was the only one really working out. He was the only one that was trying to increase swing speed. He's the only one that was doing all these things, and like all these older guys that kind of just, not older guys, but guys that were competing against him weren't doing a lot of this stuff. Now Scottie's going against the best technology, the best like kids growing up in environments to get them to be really good. I mean, the level of competition is better now. I mean, there's more. That's what to me makes Rory's 30 wins, whatever it is, so impressive, because there's so much competition now. But Scottie today just passed. God, who did he pass for most? Spieth, maybe, for most career wins. He has more career wins than Spieth in just a couple of years, basically.
Jeez. The other thing you have to keep in mind too, Tiger had a couple big technology booms that assisted, and he was pretty early on in bringing those into his game. He was one of the first players to really implement the two-piece golf ball.
The early Nike One Ball too was really good.
Yeah,
compared to other balls.
The only person out there right now that is playing golf a bit different is Bryson, because of his approach to lifting and strength and speed and his technology first kind of play, implementing whether it's stats or the 3D printed irons, whatever it might be. He's kind of the only one there, but we haven't seen that massive big tech jump like we did with that Nike Tour Accuracy golf ball and some of those drivers that came out when Tiger was there, and they were in his bag almost immediately. Really great piece actually on YouTube about Tiger's Grand Slam in that 2000 year. Went up about a week ago. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to go back, and I think No Laying Up did it like 2000 major. I like to go back and just kind of watch more prime Tiger and just kind of, see. I mean, I've seen some of it, but like go back and actually watch like a full tournament, right? Where it
is so hard to watch. They've got the 97 Masters, most of the footage still out there. It is so grainy. I can't even imagine trying to watch golf in 97. No bird noises. No, nothing. Dead quiet. Just terrible visuals. Fuzzy is all get out on TV.
The 2001 Open Championship at Pebble, you can find a lot of.
Oh yeah, the 2021. Yeah, that's a little bit better quality. But that 97 Masters, oof! It doesn't even translate to our widescreen TVs that well.
Because I think we think like Tiger was, dead straight off the tee. He was, striping it at flags. He was a little wild with his driver. He was, that's why he implemented this kind of, whatever it was, a 1-iron or 2-iron shot that he would hit, where he could just kind of sting him out there and get it in play. And then of course he would have the ability to murder par fives just because he had length that nobody else had. And they weren't, like now they're just keep lengthening things, right? Oh, you guys are going to hit it farther? Okay, we'll just lengthen it. Well, back then, he was just so much farther than everybody. He could take advantage of it. It's like Mike playing us, Tim, right? Like he's coming in on a par 5 with an 8-iron, and we have hybrids in our hand. It's like it's a different game.
Yeah, it's like we're fighting that silverback gorilla.
Quit early extending, boys. Come on. Get your head figured out and stop early extending.
I'm going to come up with a training aid that just kind of keeps me in posture. It's like a full bodysuit where I just strap into it, and it just keeps me in that same spot. And I just hit like 100 balls, and someday, if I can invent something like that, I mean, imagine the money I could make. You know how many people out there that early extend? It's probably 70% of golfers have an early extension problem, right? It's a lot. Like a lot of people have a problem with that. And then I think if I could just figure something out, like a body suit that just kind of keeps you in posture the whole swing, I think we're looking at early retirement, boys.
Maybe you need to be one of the first to sign up for Elon Musk's Neuralink. Hey, Elon, I just want to stop early extending. Just put it in there, make it happen.
Sounds like it'd be super comfortable to wear during a round of golf too. It's just a full body suit. I just envision like some weird wetsuit that's just out there with a tight wetsuit trying to keep you all locked in.
You know what? I just had to ask AI how to stop early extending. I'm just into asking. It says understand the causes. Do you know what? Tim is right. I didn't realize this. Lack of mobility. I don't look at myself as not having mobility. I might have to get in the yoga classes because that's one of weak glutes and core. I'm weak. I mean, what the heck? Poor balance.
I knew I had a stronger core than you two. That's why you're early extending all the time.
I mean, overuse of arms and hands.
My six pack keeps me from early extending.
Jeez, I'm getting
just covered up.
I mean, goodness gracious, this is not good for my mental state. Knowing that I'm old, I'm weak, and I can't no balance or posture anymore.
He's not even going to sleep anymore now at night, Tim. We've unlocked it's like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. He's going to be looking at windows and there's going to be just numbers and stuff all over the place.
Holy crap! I never had this problem when I was younger. This might be a thing. I don't remember early extending when I was younger playing golf. So
I mean, you're a man. You're 40. Come on.
Okay, here's the drill. Drill 1: butt to the wall drill.
He's been doing that his whole life.
You put your butt to the wall. Yeah. Butt.
I'm not even going to go with what I was going to say.
Little bathroom stall.
Yep, that's right.
Why is there a hole on this wall?
I was going with the same exact line.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, this is a different thing, Mike. Yeah, it says stand with your rear tightly touching the wall. Make practice swings, keeping your butt in contact through impact. So I gotta put like maybe stick something in the ground on the driving range, pretend like that's the wall, like stick like a alignment stick, and touch it and try to keep touching it on my swings maybe. And then how about this one, the pump drill?
God.
This is great. We can write a book. We can write a book on this. It could go. We could put it in so many different sections of the bookstore.
I love that we're on episode 130 something, and we're finally doing tutorials on how to break 80.
Well, this is just how to hit a golf ball. Like we're not. This could be how to break 90 the way my swing feels right now. But pause halfway down in your downswing, check your posture, and do 2 to 3 slow pump down swings and then hit the ball in the third. So it's almost like pretend 1, pretend 2, and then swing. I mean, it builds awareness and muscle memory. In a
different industry, they have a name for that.
Oh man, this is focus on rotation, not thrust.
I'm telling you, we could have a book. We could put it in so many parts of the bookstore.
Holy buckets.
This is just a multi. It would be like, you know how when you get whatever and the directions come in like a bunch of different languages. This could be like the same exact name of the drill, but one part of the book would be golf. The next one would be like a sex part. There's like a billion things for this. It could be like multi-dimensional book here, go in a lot of areas of the bookstore.
Oh, anyways, I thought I'm to that point where I'm even asking the computer how to fix it. So
it's only May. It's only the beginning of May.
You know, it's usually a little bit, I'm kind of thinking it as a positive. Usually it shows up in more of the like early summer, like middle summer, this starts happening. So it's maybe a good thing it's this early. We get it out of the way and then we kind of hit the downslide. I usually play better golf at the end of the year. So maybe we're just early on the normal annual fix myself situation.
I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to this Rocky montage as Jeff starts working on his core.
I can't wait to see him at Sand Valley, just looking out there at all the waste bunkers and everything. And just, I got to hit it here. And just the head's going to be spinning.
I got a month and a half to figure it out. So I'm going to be all right. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I still shot in the 70s every round. Like it's not like hit an iron where I was aiming. It was brutal. So
yeah,
anyways,
absolutely early extended greatness.
That's what I'm saying. I'm that good while early extending. Imagine if I don't early.
Yeah, I mean, look at Columbus
striking.
Columbus did. He early extended right away, and he's got a holiday, for God's sakes.
Former holiday, Mike.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends on where you're at. Some people like losers.
Anyways, where are we in the golf? I mean, so Scottie wins.
Really, Eric Van Rooyen's kind of the winner because nobody's going to catch Scottie, and he shot 63 and got all the way to second. Minnesota guy.
Yeah, I think Scottie plays in it because this is like his home tournament. Grew up, loved it. It's kind of like his local thing.
Correct. He couldn't play last year because he's having the baby, but
it
was the tournament. He played his first pro start there.
Yep, when he was like 16, wasn't it, or 17? Like pretty early.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see, Spieth kind of working his way back. I mean, he could, 2 weeks he tries to get the Grand Slam himself. That would be kind of a cool story. I know Michael laugh and say he's no chance, but I'm always going to be pro Spieth trying to win this thing.
Any of these golfers have a chance. I didn't watch it. I was busy, but he should play well there. Have you looked at that golf course? I mean, you can literally hit it anywhere. It's so easy. He could hit it all over the place. You can spray it everywhere. And
remember, he's not really spraying it right now. Like he's getting off the tee really well. It's not that he's not getting off the tee.
Numbers.
Yeah, look up the numbers. He's hit the driver. What is he off the tee this year? What does he rank? I'm not willing to say that he is way better than we think because every time I'm not seeing him spraying it too much. I think he's just not as sharp with the irons, and he's not putting like he once did.
Jordan Spieth, let's see, statistics.
I want to talk about someone not to emulate, though. That warm-up routine is still atrocious and unwatchable. I feel my swing getting worse watching Jordan Spieth.
Strokes gained off the tee. You want to know what he is?
Yeah, what is he?
Let me see. Let me make sure this is for the season. This is for the season. He's 38th off the tee.
Yeah,
so pretty
good. Yeah. Yes. I would
48th in approach, 56th in putting.
I mean, he was top 15, top 10.
But he's only 60. He's only 64th in driving accuracy. He's still spraying it pretty good.
Yeah, I think his dispersion has come down quite a bit. I mean, he was getting wild misses right and left. I mean,
here's an interesting stat. I can't believe he's this bad. I would have thought that he would be really high in this. Scrambling from the rough, he is 145th.
Really?
I would have guessed because he was always a miracle worker around greens and stuff and all over the place. He's 145th scrambling from the rough.
So you if you're gonna pick him, pick it where there's shave downs and there's stuff like that instead of like thick rough around the greens. Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yeah.
Are we getting that deep and technical?
Maybe. I mean, he is hitting it, but I just don't I just can't see him winning at Quail Hollow. It just doesn't seem like a golf course that fits his game. But like I said, he's a world class. I mean, any of those guys can, at any given day. Obviously your Scotties and your Rorys are the best and for a reason. But on any given day, most of those guys can win. Even Blocky, maybe, who's back for the third straight year in the PGA Championship. Tim and I talked about him last week. He made it.
Yes. You want to talk about some real golf though, and what's actually going to add some drama to this PGA here in a couple of weeks? You've got Rory playing some of his best golf in a long time on a very hot streak. You've got Scottie, who just got back into the winner's circle in a really big way, and then you've got Bryson winning this week as well in Korea.
I mean, does it count? Really?
Here we go. Here's my.
I mean, did you see who got second? Like, come on.
I did not. The only golf I watched was my own this week.
Chucky three sticks was the competition. I mean, come on. Charles Howell the third.
He has been a journeyman.
Taylor Gooch, who got third, who has done nothing all year. Thomas Peters and Patrick Reed tied for fourth. I mean, he's playing nobody. He should win. There's nobody in this league. Matt Wolf, The body of the dead body of Matt Wolff got 6th place. And something called Jinichiro Kozama tied John Rahm and got T7. I mean,
something called the human formerly known as.
I mean, Dick Bland got T7. Ian Poulter, T13. I mean, the guy is horrible. He's not good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Somebody brought this up on a different podcast. I don't know what it was. Shotgun starts, but what do you make of John Rahm getting another top 10? He's top 10 in all 19 events, and it was pretty much unanimous. Yeah, there's nobody else to top 10. If he doesn't top 10, it would be a miracle because the fields are so bad. There's nobody in these things.
I guess the only thing I'll say is what makes it a little bit more impressive is only 3 rounds. You know, like the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
You know, through 4 rounds of golf. You know, the better. The only 3 rounds makes a little bit more pressure to be more consistent and play better, just because you don't have that extra 18 holes to play with. So,
but Tim might be honest with me though. Like Bryson's game does set up for Quail. You know, Quail sets up. The reason why Rory is so good there all the time is it sets up for the guys that can really carry it off the tee, because they can just carry all these bunkers where most of the field can't carry them, and they got to lay back, either short of them or try to thread the needle through them, where Rory and Bryson and a few of these guys can just hammer it over a lot of them. Speaking of LIV, though, we got to see how my team did here.
Oh, do you have to buy a hat yet?
Let's see. Well, the Crushers won. Bryson's team with a double victory at 35 under. Smash GC coming in second at 26 under, so there's not a lot of drama there. Then the third place team was 18, so they really separated themselves. Let's see. I got to find the Ironheads. Ooh, coming in at 13th place out of 13 at 8 over. Actually, an improvement. They only lost by 43 this week. An improvement from last time. They lost by 50 last time.
Hey, that's like your high school team.
Yeah, I know. So I don't feel as if I'm going to be needing to buy this hat anytime soon for the old Ironheads. But if they ever win, I will own. I'm a man of my word. I will buy an Ironheads hat and wear it.
I mean, I'm trying to think of some of the like professional sports worst teams in the history of. It's like what was it? The Pistons lost like 30 straight or 20 straight.
They're like the
White Sox.
They're like the Washington Generals. They just,
I mean,
they're just playing the Globetrotters every night and just getting their ass kicked.
Do they start kind of entering that conversation or what?
Yeah.
I mean, you're losing by 44 3 shots.
That's better. That's better than last time we talked
that's
about it.
Better.
50 last time.
I mean, who's running this organization? I mean, they got to start getting some heat.
Look at their team.
That's what I'm saying. We got to start somebody's got to start trying to.
They that one guy Jinichiro Kozama, who tied John Rahm for like 8th, is on that team, but the rest of the team is Yubin Zhang, Kevin Na, and Danny Lee. They are bad. They had so many double bogeys, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their team had 6 double bogeys in a professional golf event on not a very hard golf course. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it, boys.
I think you're going to have to change your nationality, Mike, and go apply for the Ironheads.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The Ironheads, I mean, it's kind of like the cliques. I mean, are they going to ever win? They actually have Dick Bland, who's played well in Moronk, but Keimer is not going to be anymore. Frederick Cutterup, the guy that won the CRMC last year, shot $1 billion. There's some bad teams.
Interesting. Well, next week, before we get to, we're going to talk about the big tournament YouTube is going to have with Barstool and Bob Does Sports. Before we get to that, what next week we have what's it called? The
Truist Championship.
The Truist Championship at
this is one to look forward to.
And why is that?
Philly Cricket Club. Of course, you don't get to see very much they're playing at, because normally this would be the week of the Wells Fargo. Well, the Truist Championship used to be the Wells Fargo. Normally it's at Quail Hollow, but they had to bump it because of the PGA Championship being Quail Hollow. So they got on Philly Cricket, which looks sweet. Classic old Tilly, I think, right? Tim, I think it's a Tilly, right? I believe it is. I think it's an old Tilly. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Sounds right.
I think it is, yeah.
And because it's before the major, the field looks pretty strong as well.
I'm assuming most guys are playing.
Yep. Is this a Elevate event?
I'll have to look it up.
I'm just kind of looking at the field, and there's a lot of good names on here.
I would think it'd be kind of a Riviera situation as well, where a lot of the guys just want to go out and play something different, something classic, something fun, rather than the same TPC setup that they normally see.
It's a Tillinghast. It's actually the oldest country club in America. Founded in 1854. So they were playing cricket and stuff there before golf.
Excellent. Great logo, too. All-time good logo.
Scottie is not in, but you have Ludwig, you've got Rory, you've got JT, you've got, a lot of your big names, Victor Hovland, Hideki, Colin Morikawa. So the field, Xander, the field's strong. Yeah, it's just they don't have Scottie's not playing this week. But other than that,
is Rory in?
Yeah, Rory's playing. At least it says on this.
Field.
This might have my interest. That's a big say. It's going to have very similar interest as I'll have for the PGA. Just because of the course, because it's something we don't get to see, and because of just who is in that field. It is going to be an excellent time to watch a lot of golf.
Yeah, good classic golf course, which like Tim said, I love it. That to me is why I like Riviera every year is so good, because the course is awesome. You don't get to see these courses that often. It's usually stuff like we just saw, TPC Craig Ranch.
Well, and Riviera might be moving away from the architecture as they recently put in that landing strip for planes.
Yeah, it's now an airport because a plane landed on Riviera. Maybe it was Harrison Ford. He likes crashing into things.
Well, what about this announcement that Dave Portner made about YouTube putting I don't know what they are even calling it. Is it some sort of creator championship of sorts? Was it did they say 100? I can't remember what the field is going to be. But Bob Dub Sports is collabing with Barstool. I don't know. Did they say what golf course they're playing? What's the actual?
It's that Big Cedar Lodge.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paynes Valley.
$1 million. I've been pushing us to get on there on the internet. I doubt that'll help us.
Yeah, where's the sign up for this, and how do we get in here? Because
can we at least be alternates? Can we at least have us on the alternate list?
They haven't given a lot of specifics, like how many teams. Like the dates are like 4 different days. It's like 4 days. I don't know. It's like August 12th through 16th, isn't it, or something like that? But there's not a lot of like how many teams, what the format. That don't know about it yet. I don't know.
I would be curious too as to how we would line up. There's obviously a couple groups, good with their professional golf lineup,
correct,
or elite amateurs would likely win.
Other than good,
and the Brian Bros that are legitimately
pros.
2 PGA Tour players.
So essentially, good's kind of like mini tour pros. Some of them could be probably, but other than those two, I bet you we could beat a lot of them. More than likely, because because the subpar guy is probably Colton Oast is good. Obviously, he's won the US Amateurs in the PGA Tour, and so is Drew Stoltz, but they probably won't play.
And I guess Zach Radford might go play. He plays competitive golf. He plays pro, semi-pro golf as well, so he could be a problem. But you start to get into some of the other groups, and I think especially at Big Cedar Lodge, where it is so wide open, and distance is really the only thing that really matters there, that Mike would have a field day against a lot of the other groups.
Sweet. Is it going to be handicapped? I don't.
Better not be if it's a real golf tournament.
Well, that's what I mean. But okay, so all these personalities that show up and have zero chance to win, it's going to kind of look like it's between 5-6 guys, and they're all going to be like Brad Dahlke. It's going to be like the guys that are pretty much professional golfers are going to win it. So like you want to have a tournament. You want to have a tournament, don't you? Though that like more than just 5 guys can win. Is that not something that you would think of?
Somewhat, yes, but I'm going to be honest. Watching foreplay is starting to wear on me. Watching Bob Does Sports is starting to wear on me. The golf quality is so poor with a couple people stepping down from foreplay in particular, where it doesn't seem like anyone can break 80 out there except maybe Frankie on a few days.
Yeah, that's
they've got great videography. They go to great places, but the golf itself is it's like watching your 20 handicap in your men's league. play competitively.
They're
not,
they're trying to rely on personalities is what they're
Yes.
trying to do.
That's why they have to always bring in the Brian Bros and
whose
and
personality? Riggs doesn't have a personality.
Well, but
the
that's
good guys.
that's the thing. Like it's trying to show, because you're supposed to know these guys intimately if you follow their podcasts, right? So it's more about knowing who they are, what they talk about on a daily basis. But if you're not heavily into them, if you didn't know who they were and you watched it, you'd be like, "What the heck is this? This is awful. This is," or not the like you said, the golf is awful, not the production's good, but
well, they could just stagger the tee boxes. If you're a 0 to 5 handicap, you go all the way back. If you're, then you work your way up.
That's an idea for
what a novel idea that is.
Maybe put Mike in the back box. Tim and Jeff get to move one up.
Hold on, now I said 0 to 5 handicap. I'm pretty sure you boys will be in that range.
Nah, we're early extended. We're getting up there.
It's hard to be top 5.
Here, I thought this was a bunch of men on this podcast, but I guess not.
No, we're leaving you to fight that gorilla.
Mike, I'm cramping, okay? Like I'm getting old and I'm early extending.
We'll
have some cranberry juice.
My favorite Jeff to golf with is overthinking Jeff. Like up at the quarry when he's driving the cart way ahead, you can hear him swearing from like 200 yards away.
I don't know. Drunk shit talking Jeff is pretty
putter
good.
Snap or putter at common ground. Just I'd rather just miss greens and try to chip in. That's my favorite Jeff to golf with.
We had our phones recording 24/7, waiting for that putter snap.
He's like he's a schizophrenic, just talking to himself 24/7 out there.
You might get that, Jeff. We've got a lot of things to work through. My team and I are coming up with we're problem solvers. We're trying to solve. We're not problem starters. We're problem solvers. That's the mindset we have. If we get a problem, we got to solve it. We're going to put our head to the grindstone and we're going to work through it. Exactly. So, anyways, what any other news before we could probably sign off a little early tonight.
Yeah,
maybe our listeners are into it, but anything.
The LPGA Tour played at Black Desert.
Yeah,
where Tim and I played. Of course, they lit that place up too, 25 under one. But I will say this: that course does pop on TV. It looks spectacular on TV with the colors and all the, because the mountains are red and the lava's black, and then you got the green grass. It looks pretty sweet on TV.
Yeah, it's unique. Like you don't get that like you get deserty golf, like Arizona types and all that. Like that kind of golf you don't get a lot of, right? You don't get a lot of the rugged deserty type, right? Where that's like you said, the lava looks and the offset with the sands.
One of the most bizarre hot dogs of all time at Black Desert. They came like already had condiments on them, which is kind of weird, I think, not letting people put their own condiments on the hot dog. And they had ketchup and mayo on the hot dogs at Black Desert. I have never seen anything like that before. Don't know if it's a Mormon thing or what's going on out in Utah, but mayo on hot dog. Yep.
And listeners, it's not the play. Don't bother with it.
No, don't try that at home. It was not good. I also saw this. Did you see the Corn Ferry Tour played in Tulum at PGA Riviera Maya? The trophy was sick. You got to look this up. It's like a plaque. So it's this giant plaque, but on the plaque is like a Black Panther head. Like it looks almost like a mounted Black Panther, but it's not like a real mount, but it's like comes off the plaque. It's sick.
What was cooler, that or the tee markers at the LIV event?
Those were also good in Mexico. Yeah. This trophy, like look, Google, go on like right now, go on your phone quick and look up the trophy just go to Corn Ferry Tour on Instagram. It's awesome. It's absolutely cool as hell. Well, here, I'll pull it up for you. You can see this thing. Corn Ferry. Look at this trophy.
Oh my God.
And it like comes out, it like sticks out. It's like
it's 3D.
Yeah, it's like a mount. It's sweet.
You think it's made with bits of real panther?
I doubt it. Sex Panther?
Yeah.
60% of the time it works every time.
Just like my early extension.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Tim. I was just going to say that. I was going to say that too. That's what my swing should be called, Sex Panther. We've come full circle. Well, boys, it's been a pleasure. It's been It's been a good podcast. It's fun to reconnect. It's been a while since the three of us were on. So hoping that weekend as we get into May here, high school golf still kind of ramping up here, but as that winds down and we get into summer, looking forward, obviously the Sand Valley trip coming up will be really fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get on the course with you guys once kind of life slows down a little bit here.
Yes.
So anywho, anything else before we sign off?
No, but tune in next week when we might try something new with our swing thoughts and educational piece on AI generated tips.
There's lots of psych drugs out there, Jeff. Tim could probably get you some.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm all natural, man. I'm going to work with what I got mentally. So, well, as you guys know, the difference between 79 and 80 is and always everything.